Well, that's odd. I started it about a minute and a half early since I'm in the office tonight, and it has not been cooperating when we try to connect. So, of course, when you try to go a little bit early to try to give it a couple minutes of buffer time, boom, connects first time as usual. So anyway, if we'd have waited till the actual time, we'd still be sitting here for the next 8 minutes doing this. So anyway, we'll give everybody a few minutes before we get going here tonight. I am in the office, obviously. Haven't been here in a while, so I thought we'd go in here. I got some toys to check out tonight. Plus, it is still miserably hot out. I've been outside all day, and I thought, well, shoot, we just will go in here tonight, get back to a little bit of normalcy back in the office, and it's obviously much cooler in here. So, but tonight we've got some cool toys to check out. Actually, all these have been around here for 3 or 4 months. We just haven't gotten to them yet. Come from multiple sources. We've got 5 pieces we're going to look at tonight. Bill Disc here. Hubcap made it. Yep, definitely hot out. So I thought, yeah, what the heck? We'll go from in here tonight. I just hadn't planned on it actually working and connecting on time for once. Sunday night, we'll go. I'll try to get ready to go on time Sunday night, and we'll still be here at 7:45 doing this, trying to get it to go. But anyway, John's here with us tonight. So we've got some cool stuff, a couple of trucks, a puppy dog. We saw the puppy dog briefly a few months ago, and a toy that we've been after for years and years chasing one of these. Finally found a good one. I haven't had opportunities to buy very many of them, but the few we've seen, condition was iffy, and they're fairly high dollar toys anyway because they're very popular. So when they're, iffy on condition but still fairly pricey, we passed on them, but was super, super excited to come up with this one. Peter from Down Under's here. Watching on a picnic table in the KOA. Doesn't sound like a bad deal. Hey, Ron's here with us. EV ads. That's probably not why you're here, Peter. So anyway, let's get started. First couple pieces actually came with the sales brochure collection. So let's start with those. And we've got another cool dump truck, and then a couple of the killer tank piece. Jim's here with us. I haven't hooked this up yet to see what it is. It came with a toy fire truck with the sales literature, but it's a cool little fire plug. Like I said, it came with a toy truck, and I thought, well, they had this sitting with the fire truck on display. It's kind of a cute little guy. You don't see a lot of toy fire hydrants. It's 3 inches tall. Jeff from Ottawa's here, so just a cute little guy. And the base is about 1.25 inches. So a little 3-inch fire plug. What I'm curious about is this is actually set up to hook to a hose. So I need to try this, see what we've got. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we'll try it next week if we're out in the shop. But it came, like I said, it came with a fire truck with the literature collection. Something for our Ford fans. Be careful of the puddle near it. Good point. Old number 5. I'm going to say this is 56 for our Ford fans. I haven't seen Big Job on yet, if he's on here yet tonight. But I'm going with 56 on old number 5. Condition still looks really great. Some of the apparatus is missing off this. There goes some hearts. But check out the scroll work on this thing. It could put your eye out. So like I said, it has racks and stuff on it, so I'm sure it had ladders. The hose obviously is still here. But ladders and other apparatus is missing. This actually does have like tread step plate on the sides for the running boards and the steps. Condition still looks really good on this thing. Bottom is still pretty clean. It is a Tonka, actually, Bill. We can look at the tires, and it actually does say Tonka on it. It is missing the siren up here on the front fender. It's got a hole for where the siren would have been. But overall, this thing still looks pretty darn decent. Even got a storage container over here on the side. Got the little fire extinguisher on the side. The light's still on top of it. Got the Big Job hood scoop on it. Pretty decent looking toy. This one, overall length, to give you guys an idea on perspective, 17 inches with this rear tread step plate back here, which does add a little bit to it, but 17 inches overall on length on the Tonka Old Number 5 56 Ford fire truck. So this has been stored inside with the literature collection for years. Very well preserved. Great piece for our Ford fans. Next one's a little bit bigger. This is earlier. However, it was repainted several years ago. So that definitely, to me, kind of detracts from it. It is straight. It is early. It's probably a early 30s, late 20s dump truck. But check this bad boy out. This has a great look to it, kind of a Mack type nose on it almost. You're getting all kinds of ads, aren't you, Peter? So like I said, this was refinished several years ago. It does have original tires and wheels all the way around. So, and it is really straight. So I think this was a pretty good original toy. But, you know, probably back in the 80s when, you know, the originality wasn't as big a deal as it is now, this one got painted. So, like I said, it's still a pretty good looking truck. It's just, and maybe there was basically no paint left on it. Maybe that's why it was painted. It's 26 inches long. So pretty good size. 26 inches overall length. The dump bed actually has a mechanism on it. Flip this handle up for the dump bed. The tailgate does flip open. And like I said, when we look around the edges of this truck, up here on the front, around the hood, it is really pretty straight considering its age. That's true. Maybe they did haul too much dirt with it back in the day. But really, this is a pretty straight old truck. So I bet that this was just a nice, clean original where the paint was worn off. And, you know, like I said, several years ago, back before the originality was as big a deal, they went ahead and refinished it. But still a great looking truck. Definitely early when you look at the styling of it. And, you know, all with the original tires and wheels, still a pretty nice old truck. Let's back this one off to the side. And get to a couple of more pieces yet tonight. This piece we looked at briefly a few months ago. When I was out of town, we had this with us. So we looked at it very quickly. I don't know a ton about it. Hey, there's Buick Man. It is Marks, but it is a little bit different than what we're normally used to checking out on here. Let's see, I know it said Marks on it somewhere. Where was it at? At least I'm pretty sure this is a Marks. Why am I not seeing the maker's mark? Well, I'm pretty sure this is Marks, but I thought it had a maker's mark. But regardless, Something a little bit different. A puppy dog. Yes, an old tin puppy dog. Like I said, we looked at this briefly while I was out on the road. The ears and tail, I believe, are modern, but the paint and finish on this is all original. Got a tag on him. $75112. Now, the tail should be original. The ears are not, but the tail is original. The ears are wrong. Okay. So this is a cute little guy. Even though he's a little bit different than what we normally look at on here, I mean, how can you pass this guy up? Hey, there's Big Rig Brett. When you're out looking for old toys, how do you pass this guy up, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This guy is the body, not counting the tail, just going from here to the tip of the nose, about 10 inches. It's got some scuffs and scratches, but I think this is a 30s era piece. So when you factor in the fact that this thing is 85, 90 years old, I guess it deserves to have a few scratches. That's a good point, Peter. I had not thought of that. We better keep the fire hydrant well over here out of the way. In fact, we'll put the fire hydrant away, Peter. How about that? That make you feel better? There we go. It's up there out of the way. So anyway, I mean, how do you not buy that guy when you're looking for antique toys? Right? Right. And finally tonight, a toy that we were after for years. We searched for one of these, I bet, for 10 years. Like I said earlier, we saw a few over the years. I mean, we've looked at a lot of toys over the years. We've seen a few, have never seen anything that condition-wise justified the price. They're hard to find. They're desirable. They're popular, which, as we all know, sends the price up. So finding a good one, and I don't have a problem paying a little more for a good one by any means, but even just finding a good one, even at a retail price is difficult because they're very popular, very hard to find. There are different color schemes or paint schemes available. I think there's 3 or 4 or 5 different paint schemes that were available on this particular toy. This one is amazing. I didn't find it. Addie found it. When she found it, she was like, I almost wanted to cry because we've been looking for one of these for so long, and finding a good one was just like mind blowing. It's like, there it is. There's really one there, and it's nice and it's good condition. She almost did tear up, but that's what's fun about this. I mean, when you search for something for a long time, you really want it, but you want to find a good one. You don't want to pay a ton of money for a mediocre one. Obviously I'd much rather pay up for a better piece than, pay good money for an average piece. So this one, it's not perfect. There again, it's late 30s. It's got some scuffs and scratches because it's 85 or 90 years old, but it's got the original wheels, the original mechanism, and even the original guns on this original paint Marks turnover tank. Check this baby out. We've been at, and I'd still like to find some of the other paint schemes. This thing is amazing. Look at the gloss. Look at the shine on your screen. A real deal Marks turnover tank. Now, why are these so hard to find? Well, they literally were a turnover tank. You see how this is a completely rounded tank. These actually are made to flip over. It has a mechanism, and the spring is weak. It's all here, but the spring is weak. But these would actually, there it goes. You guys can see the wheel turning. Slow leave it. So this still works, but it is not, the spring is weak. Now, what these were actually designed to do is this wheel would drive it. This would actually flip up. This would flip out and flip the tank upside down so that it would roll over. So these were designed to literally roll. So there again, why is it hard to find a clean one? They were all designed to roll over upside down and literally scratch the paint. Look at the finish on this one. It's got a few scuffs and scratches, but it's not bad. Over here on the other side, we do see our marks right by the wheel. On the front, tank core number 3. We can see both guns staring straight at you there. Right off the sides, these actually are in separate housings on both sides where it held them. It even has graphics on the back and shows machine guns painted on the back of this tank. And then, of course, all the way around, we see what resembles the tank tracks. So, yeah, it's a pretty killer piece. And what's even weird is even on the bottom where the mech kicks out, it even has painted around there like a separate apparatus for that. Now, how big is a turnover tank? Let's check it out. They are not real big. It's just a hair under 8 inches long. From front to back, just a tick under 8 inches. And it sits about 4.5 high. So it's about 4.5 high and about 8 inches long on the Marks turnover tank. So you guys can see why we were so excited about finding a toy that is 80 or 90 years old in this condition. Hey, there's Austin. So obviously these are great pieces. You can see the graphics on them, on what a good one looks like. You can see why they didn't survive, why they were scratched up, why the finish was worn off of them. So to find one in this condition, I'd love to find the other paint schemes. But for now, I'm definitely going to be extremely pleased with this particular tank because this thing is super cool. So anyway, guys, that's what I had for tonight. I hope you guys can understand why I was so excited about the tank and all these pieces, really. I mean, these are all nice pieces, but this thing, definitely an amazing piece. Super excited to have that in the collection. Anyway, guys, Sunday night, we will be right back here finally. After several weeks of all over the place. We will be right back here. We are going to give the cord cap away. If you guys are not in the raffle, and there's only a few people in right now. Pete and Kevin Brown were the last 2 entries. Could have been, Jim. Not sure. Ron is in. Randy Ellenberger and Tim B. And Pete and Kevin just got in were the last 2 entries. So Sunday night, we're giving that away. We'll see what else we get planned to put together for Sunday night for the live chat. And we'll be back on a somewhat normal schedule. We'll have a brochure, a promo, some things like that coming up for Sunday night's episode. So anyway, that's what we've got for tonight, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you're able to swing by and hang out for a bit and check out what's going on. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything else. We got more new content coming up. What's coming up? Oh, Sunday night, real quick. I don't even know what happened last Sunday night. I got an error message, and it just, boom, it locked me solid. I was going to bring that up earlier. I knew I was forgetting something. It was weird. Of course, I was on my laptop since I was out on the road, and it told me I had an application error or something. So, yeah, I don't know what happened Sunday night, guys. But, of course, anymore, I don't know what's going on with half these lives. But it's their system. We got to work with what we can. It's their game, and we got to work around it. But, yeah, I got in that application error message Sunday night. I froze, and there was nothing I could do. So, the 56 Chevy, yeah, we can ship that down under, Peter. We can put her on a boat and send it your way. But anyway, guys, that's what we've got for tonight. Appreciate you swinging by, checking it out. We'll get some more of that new content up this week. What's coming up? Trying to think. I don't even remember. Oh, the New Yorker Brome is coming up this week. I do know that. And I think we've got some ACD stuff coming your way. And, of course, we'll have some new member videos. I think we've got the ACD 12-cylinder chassis. Fully restored with engine, tires, wheels, 12-cylinder Auburn chassis coming up. That's cool. Oh, I'm sure. I've shipped cars down there, Peter, but I'm sure it's crazy expensive. So that stuff will be coming up this week. The triple black New Yorker, the car that came with the Imperial LeBaron with the factory sunroof, that video will be coming up this week. You won't want to miss that either. And that is another big car. It's not quite as slick as the Imperial was, but regardless, it's still pretty cool. 74 New Yorker Brome Coupe in triple black. So it's neat. Anyway, we're getting been going a little while here yet. We'll go ahead and wrap this thing up so you guys get back to your evening. I'm going to get back to work. Appreciate you swinging by. Like the blue car. Which one was that, Peter? I don't remember what we posted that was blue lately. And the way my last couple of months have been, everything is kind of blurring together. So, but anyway, I'm going to pick up these toys, get them put away. Let you guys get back to your evenings. The coupe, the Olds coupe, yeah, the 7598. Yep, that was a sharp. That's a car sharp too. So anyway, check out those new videos coming up this week, and we will, in theory, if everything works, see you Sunday night. We're going to give away this Cord hubcap. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for swinging by tonight, everybody, and we will see you Sunday.